Hi, welcome back to Social Soda. I'm Ria, and today we are asking students on the UCL campus, is marriage outdated? And do they even want to get married? Here we are with Harvey and Kish, and we are asking these guys, do you think marriage is outdated? So,
I don't think it's outdated.
okay.
What do you think?
I do think it's outdated.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, very slightly.
Why?
I don't really see the reason you have to bring religion into it. I think if two people get along well, by law, and also bringing money into it with law and things like that, it doesn't make sense to me. You're just overcomplicating it for no reason.
That's the thing. From a state perspective, I don't think that the state should be involved in marriage at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think from creating a more stable family perspective, it does create the platform from which there is stability for a child to prosper more. On the whole,
That's not just like a social picture that we've
Well,
made.
exactly. Yeah, it is. It's marriage is basically a social thing. I'm not religious. I don't think that it has any religious merit in society today. But I come from the standpoint where it's all about stability.
Surely we can change that perspective.
Yeah, you can expect, but good luck doing that in the real world. How are you going to now? As society today, there's definitely a higher rate of divorce. But I also think that's because people's view on relationships has just changed as well. Like, you now just get...
And people's relationships have changed. Or people's perspective on relationships have changed. Why can we not change their perspective
You
on
can
marriage?
try to change it, but I'm saying that you probably won't. But I think that marriage in society is very important for social stability in the future. I get that marriage often breaks down nowadays, but that goes back to the fact that relationships today are not as, I would say, wholesome. I would say people don't try to work out their issues the same as they did years ago. It's now a bit like, I disagree with you, you disagree with me, big argument, and then break up.
So do you think that marriage is outdated, or do you think society thinks that? Because
I think that marriage as an institution is outdated, but I think that it's still important. It's like the point of an engagement ring. An engagement ring is basically collateral in the fact that you've invested this money into it. This is very outdated, by the way. But because you spent X amount of money on a ring, which shows to the person you give the ring to that you're not just going to up sticks and leave, because you've actually put financial risk in the game.
is that symbolism of the ring as strong as it always used to be?
No, it's not. Which I think personally is a shame, because I come from the standpoint of, I think it's quite a pure thing. I'm not saying that people get married nowadays are like, oh, it's fine, just get a divorce if you want. But like you say, divorce rates have gone up.
Are you completely against marriage then? If your partner did want to get married, would you decline? Would you say no?
Probably wouldn't decline because, like you said, I think you're getting locked into it, and like you said, the symbolism is declining. But I probably wouldn't decline because it's just a contract. I don't really care about it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to. Like, my sister's getting married, and it just seems like a hassle. You know,
Yeah.
I'd rather just have a party and then be like, oh yeah, I love you, type thing. I don't want to waste the money. I'd rather travel, save the money for my kids. I genuinely think it's just virtue signaling to society, to the rest of society. Like, oh, we're together. We are officially together.
Yeah.
But why do you want to do that? We aren't people who care about that, about what people think about us.
It's like, it's pure and wholesome. And I know that's not a good basis for an argument.
I feel like I can communicate that with my partner without having to write it down.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair enough. Paper, if you were to give me the things on paper, why it's valid and why it's not, I would also side with you on paper. But when you bring in the heart, I think...
Wow.
When you bring in the heart, I think it's just quite a nice thing.
This is really not how I expected this conversation to go.
Well, we've got two sides. One's thinking with the heart and one's thinking with the brain. A good disagreement. Thank you very much, guys. Is marriage outdated? What do you think?
I can see why for some people it might be. For me, I don't think it is. I do want to get married eventually. Maybe not right now, but I do want to get married eventually just because it seems like something I'd want to do. I'd want to settle down with someone eventually. And yeah, just having someone to be there for you.
And in this modern day and age, what do you even see as a benefit of having, being married?
I guess it's the security of being with someone. The whole concept of not someone not leaving you. I know that's doesn't always happen in marriage. That's not how marriage always works out. But it's just, I suppose sometimes when something's on paper, it seems a little bit more real. Maybe people take it more seriously.
And from your background or your family, is that a pressure you've seen maybe happen to other family members, or a pressure you might feel yourself in the future to like get married by a certain age?
Yeah, I guess when you're younger, you kind of have been almost made to think that, yeah, by like when you hit your 20s, it's like, ooh, we're getting married soon. You're thinking about it. So yeah, I guess that's definitely something that's kind of been almost not drilled down into me, but definitely I've heard around myself a lot. So subconsciously, I'm like 21 now, so I am thinking about it.
Yeah. Do you have maybe perhaps an age around the time you'd want to be married by, or does age not matter to you in that sense?
I mean, I've always thought I'd want to get married before I'm 30, but that might not happen, and I'm okay with that not happening as well. It's just being able to find the right person, which is more important to me, I think.
Okay, so here we are with Holly and Leanna, and we are asking the very deep question: do you guys believe in marriage? So,
I do to an extent. I think a lot of it is outdated, but at the same time, a wedding and a big party sounds like a bit of fun to me.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm quite similar. I think also it makes your life a lot easier when you're older in terms of like family and kids, etc. So I think that's a positive to it. It's also probably quite a nice thing to do, but it's not, I don't know.
Not essential, do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's essential. I think it's just like it's a natural transition for a lot of relationships, probably just to celebrate being together for that long. Like I don't think it's like an essential thing.
What do you guys think is like even the benefit of a marriage in today's day and society? Like surely apart from a joint bank account,
Yeah, I think the major thing is all the legal and like administrative stuff that comes with it. I think it is a lot harder to be partners and not married, and that's not right, but it is what it is. So it kind of forces their hand a bit and makes them get married, and potentially it's not something that they actually really believe in. I think it's just legal stuff. It makes everything quite a lot easier.
Okay, well, thank you very much, guys. So here we are with Professor Gilroy, a change from our usual student targets, and we are going to be asking the question, is marriage outdated? So what are your thoughts?
By and large, yes. If you think about historical origins of marriage, it was a political alliance between families. It was an enforced arrangement between powerful families to make them collectively even more powerful. And it worked. Okay, and it works today in society to some extent. So it's a kind of a hangover from a very powerful tradition. Is it needed today? No. I don't think you need to be married. There's certain legal things that benefit from being married, but you don't need to be married anymore. The only benefit, in my view, of being married is that you, in front of your friends, family, and all gathered in the church, synagogue, chapel, tent, caravan, or park, wherever you get married, you just reaffirm your love for and commitment to that person. And that's kind of nice. But it's an expensive day out, and that's not needed. So, by and large, I think marriage is outdated.
Okay. And since you are married yourself, would you say that you could have gone without being married?
Yes. I think we're pressured by convention. Your family expect you to be married. Your friends expect you to be married. And so there's a lot of pressures. And, of course, there's pressures on having children. And we don't really think about getting married. We just feel we have to. We don't really think about having kids and the implications, the cost, and all of the headache that you people give us. We're just forced into it. We kind of blindly go into it because that's what societal convention suggests.
What difference did it make from your relationship before and after marriage? Was there any significant benefit?
None.
Okay.
None. The marriage process made little or no difference. It doesn't bring you closer. It doesn't make you love your partner. It doesn't make any material or emotional difference whatsoever. I'm Irish. Grew up in a very Catholic environment where you never had sex before you got married, and you certainly got married by you were 24, 25. And so there was tremendous religious, family and societal pressures to get married without actually stopping and thinking, do I need to get married? And we never do that anymore. I think we should do it now, But I wouldn't be too bothered if my children didn't get married, if they formed a happy relationship. It's about happiness. It's about finding out who you are, what you're good at, finding a good partner that will help you through life when life gets tough and the waves start rocking the boat. And that's what you need a partner for. And being married makes no difference to that. That's what you want in life. And somebody who understands you, you understand them, and respect is key. And once you have that, you don't need marriage.
So, there we have it, a whole range of students with varying opinions, while some going for the more conventional, traditional route of society, and others not really seeing any benefit to marriage at all. But we hope you enjoyed watching Social Soda, and we shall see you next time.